Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does." But what if I told you that the Stoics actually developed a foolproof test to determine whether someone truly values you in their life? A test so simple, yet so revealing, that it can save you years of emotional investment in the wrong people. We've all been there. You give your time, energy, and heart to someone, believing they care about you as much as you care about them. But then something happens, they disappoint you, ignore you when you need them most, or treat you like you're optional in their life. The signs were probably there all along, but we ignored them because we wanted to believe the best in people. Today, I'm going to share with you the ancient Stoic philosophy that can protect you from this emotional turmoil. We'll explore 5 specific tests that the Stoics would use to evaluate relationships, understand why most people fail to recognize their true worth to others, and learn how to apply these principles to create stronger, more authentic connections. By the end of this video, you'll never question where you stand with someone again. If this resonates with you, hit that like button now. It helps more people discover these life-changing Stoic principles. And make sure to subscribe because we dive deep into practical philosophy every single week. Segment 1, The Foundation of Stoic Relationships. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was always the friend everyone called when they needed something. A ride to the airport? Sarah's your girl. This story illustrates what the Stoic philosopher Epictetus understood over 2,000 years ago. He taught that we often confuse our wishful thinking about relationships with reality. We project our own values, loyalty, consistency, genuine care, onto others and assume they share these values. The Stoics believed in what they called preferred indifference, things that are naturally preferred but don't determine our happiness. Relationships fall into this category. While we naturally prefer meaningful connections, our peace of mind shouldn't depend on how others treat us. This doesn't mean becoming cold or disconnected. It means developing the wisdom to see people clearly. Here's where most people go wrong: they give away their power by making their self-worth dependent on external validation. They say yes when they mean no, they tolerate disrespect because they fear being alone, and they ignore red flags because they're afraid of confronting uncomfortable truths. The Stoics developed a different approach. Instead of hoping people would value them, they created tests, not manipulative games, but honest observations of behavior that revealed character. These tests work because they're based on one simple truth: people show you who they are through their actions, not their words. Segment 2, The 5 Stoic Tests. Test 1, The Consistency Test. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." But he also understood that start observing patterns over time. Keep a mental note, or even a physical journal, of how people treat you in different situations. Do they defend you when you're not there? Do they prioritize you when it's inconvenient? Consistency is the foundation of trust, and without trust, no relationship can truly flourish. Test 2, The Priority Test. Seneca once said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." In relationships, this means understanding that how people prioritize their time reveals their true values. Time is the one resource we can never get back, so how someone spends it shows you exactly where you stand. Here's how the priority test works. When someone cancels plans with you, what do they cancel for? When they have free time, how do they choose to spend it? When they're making decisions about their future, do they consider how those decisions affect you? I once knew a man named David who always complained that his friends never made time for him. But when I asked him to track his friends' behavior for a month, a pattern emerged. They would cancel on him to watch TV, to sleep in, or to do mundane tasks they could do any other time. But they never missed important events for other friends. The message was clear: David wasn't a priority. If someone consistently chooses everything else over spending time with you, they're telling you where you rank in their life. The Stoics would say, accept this information without anger or resentment. Use it to make informed decisions about your own time and energy. Test 3, The Support Test. There are 2 kinds of support: fair weather support and storm support. Fair weather support is easy, celebrating your successes, agreeing with you when it costs them nothing, being there when it's fun. Storm support is different. It's showing up when you're struggling, defending you when you're not there, helping you even when they gain nothing from it. How to test. The support test isn't about creating artificial crises to see who shows up. It's about paying attention during natural life challenges. Who checks on you when you're going through a tough time? Who offers help without being asked? Who remembers what you're struggling with and follows up later? Let me tell you a personal story. When I was starting my business, I was stressed and overwhelmed for months. Some friends would listen to me vent and offer surface-level encouragement. But one friend, Alex, sent me articles related to my challenges, introduced me to helpful contacts, and checked in regularly, not just about business, but about how I was handling the stress. That behavior revealed his character and the depth of our friendship. Test 4, the respect test. Marcus Aurelius believed that how we treat others reflects our own character, not theirs. But he also understood that allowing disrespect doesn't serve anyone. The respect test examines whether someone honors your boundaries, values your opinions, and treats you as an equal. Disrespect isn't always obvious. It's not just name-calling or obvious rudeness. Try this: the next time someone does something that bothers you, address it calmly and directly. Don't hint or hope they'll figure it out. Say something like, "I noticed this happened, and it doesn't work for me. Can we find a different approach?" Their response will tell you everything you need to know about how they view your relationship. Test 5, the investment test. The last test is perhaps the most revealing, the investment test. This examines whether someone is actively investing in your relationship or just maintaining it at a surface level. Investment means they remember details about your life, they introduce you to other important people in their world, they make plans for the future that include you, and they put effort into understanding who you are beyond surface level. Ask yourself, does this person know your dreams and fears? Do they remember things that are important to you? When they talk about future plans, do they naturally include you? Do they seek your advice on important decisions? Do they share vulnerable parts of themselves with you? Others might pass some but not others, adjust your expectations accordingly. And some might fail most or all tests, love them from a distance. The biggest trap is using these tests to justify staying in relationships that don't serve you. Don't make excuses for people who consistently fail these tests. As Marcus Aurelius said, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But that doesn't mean accepting poor treatment. What to do with the results? After applying these tests, people generally fall into 3 categories: inner circle, outer circle, and observation mode. Inner circle. Your inner circle consists of people who pass most or all of these tests consistently. These are your true friends, your genuine supporters, the people you can count on. Invest heavily in these relationships. They're rare and precious. Outer circle. Your outer circle includes people who pass some tests but not others, or who are inconsistent. Enjoy these relationships for what they are, but don't expect more than they're capable of giving. They might be great for certain activities or conversations, but don't rely on them for deep support. Observation mode. People in observation mode are those who consistently fail these tests but whom you can't or don't want to completely remove from your life. Keep interactions pleasant but surface level. Don't share vulnerable information or expect reliable support. Becoming someone who passes the tests. Here's the most important part: the Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control. While you're evaluating others, ask yourself, am I passing these tests in my own relationships? Am I consistent in how I treat people? Do I prioritize the people who matter to me? Do I offer genuine support during difficult times? Do I respect others' boundaries and treat them as equals? Am I actively investing in my relationships? Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Sometimes, improving our relationships means ending our patterns of poor behavior. If you want to attract people who value you, become someone who demonstrates value for others. When you consistently apply these principles, both in evaluating others and in your own behavior, something magical happens. You attract better people into your life while naturally distancing yourself from those who don't serve your highest good. It's not manipulation, it's alignment. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern psychology is just beginning to confirm: healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, consistent behavior, and genuine investment. When you apply these 5 tests, consistency, priority, support, respect, and investment, you're not being judgmental. You're being wise. Imagine how different your life would be if you surrounded yourself only with people who truly value you. Imagine the peace that comes from no longer wondering where you stand with someone. Imagine the confidence that grows when you know you deserve better and you act accordingly. This is the freedom that Stoicism offers, not freedom from relationships, but freedom within them. Freedom to love without attachment to outcomes. Freedom to give without keeping score. Freedom to be yourself without fear of rejection, because you know your worth isn't determined by others' opinions. If this video helped you see your relationships more clearly, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, which of these 5 tests surprised you the most? Have you been failing any of these tests in your own relationships? What changes are you going to make starting today? And if you're ready to dive deeper into practical Stoic wisdom that actually changes your life, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Every week, we explore ancient wisdom that solves modern problems. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one. Stop wondering if people value you. Start being someone worth valuing, and surround yourself with others who recognize that worth. Your future self will thank you. Watch this video next to learn about the Stoic approach to dealing with difficult people, or check out this playlist for more relationship wisdom from ancient philosophy. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and stay true to yourself.